Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. About 3 years ago, before the pandemic, I taught a cooking class on advanced prepping. And several months later, I met one of the students who was at that class. She told me that the advanced prepping class is probably one of the most important cooking lessons that she have ever learned in her life. And I could not agree with her more on this. And in the case for my fast cooking system, there are 4 attributes, and they are flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And advanced prepping is essential. Without it, the fast cooking system will never achieve its full potential. The benefit of stir frying is well known, and its most important aspect is the speed. Because you can cook a stir-fried dish usually in about 5 to 6 minutes. The reason is that the ingredients are cut in small pieces so they can be cooked very rapidly. What this means is that there is a lot of prepping in cutting the ingredients to the proper size. And one of the primary reasons that most people do not do stir frying more often is because they do not like the prepping. Because sometimes the prepping alone could take some time. Before I start to do advanced prepping, I will prep the ingredients before I cook. This sometimes would take me up to 45 minutes to an hour. And by the time when I finish with the prepping, I actually become too tired to cook. And this makes stir frying not an attractive option. In the past, when I go to a supermarket, I truly enjoy the beautiful vegetables that are on display. And I will bring them home and I will put them in the vegetable drawer in the refrigerator. And I will prep them right before I cook. And that turned out to be, in most cases, is time consuming. Because in the case of stir frying, I need to cut them into the size that is suitable for cooking them rapidly. And so in this case, I have an entire bag of broccoli, which is far more than I could use for one meal. And therefore, it seems to be a lot of time to prep them just to cook a single dish. So idea then come to me, why don't I prep them all at once and use them over an entire week? I might spend an extra few minutes to prep the whole bag of broccoli, but this will save me a lot of time for the rest of the week when I cook. So instead of prepping broccoli for only one meal, now I can prep it for several meals. However, one question that you might ask, will prepping the broccoli in advance, will it affect their shelf life? And now in this case, it turned out to be just the opposite. By removing the broccoli from the plastic bag and cut them up, put them into plastic container, actually will enhance their shelf life. And the reason is that if you leave the broccoli in the package, they will be trapped with moisture within. And moisture turned out to be the enemy of shelf life. And when vegetables trapped in moisture, even in the refrigerator, it will cause them to deteriorate. And therefore, storing them in plastic container actually will help you to enhance their shelf life. And it turned out that most of the vegetables, when you cut them up and store them in plastic container in the refrigerator, you usually can double their shelf life as in comparison if you keep them in the plastic bag. However, there are few exceptions, and pepper is one of them. Pepper seems to have reduced shelf life after you cut them up. So in the case of pepper, if you cut them up and store in the refrigerator, you should use them up pretty quickly. If you think you are not going to use the pepper for a while, you should store them whole. And there are some other exceptions as well, and you will learn about them as you start to gain more experience with your advanced prepping. But for majority of the vegetable ingredients, prepping will extend their shelf life. On average, you can count on them have good shelf life somewhere between 7 to 10 days. Advanced prepping turned out to be not only efficient, but it is probably one of the best way for you to eat more vegetables. And because you will have many different vegetables to choose from, that is excellent for create vegetable medleys. And it will help you to be more creative in cooking vegetable dishes. One of my former cooking class students told me that because of advanced prepping, he tripled the amount of vegetables that he used to consume. And that's very important because only 1 out of 10 Americans consume enough vegetables. And because cooking vegetable is time consuming, particularly prepping vegetable is labor intensive. However, once you have all your vegetable prep, cooking the vegetables then become very simple, straightforward, in fact fun. And it turned out the best way to eat vegetables is to have them in a vegetable medley. First of all, nutritionally, it is a great advantage because the diversity of vegetables will give you different kinds of vitamins and essential minerals. And from a culinary standpoint, it is unbeatable. Different vegetables have different flavor and texture. When you cook them together, they complement each other. They make eating vegetable dishes far more interesting. Furthermore, you can use different combinations to create a wide variety of vegetable dishes. And when you use template-based cooking of my fast cooking system, you can make substitutions and modifications. This will allow you to create infinite variations. Of course, prepping in advance also has another distinct advantage. It allows you to better leverage your time. You can spend about 2 to 3 hours a week in the beginning of the week. That will provide you enough vegetables to cook for the entire week. And when you are ready to cook, all you have to do is to go to the refrigerator to pick out what you want. So in this case, you are ready to cook in less than 5 minutes. This also makes your cooking more fun and creative. You can imagine your advanced prepping is like the paint palette because you have different color right in front of you for you to create your masterpiece. With advanced prepping, you are given the possibility to create infinite number of dishes. And when you use template-based cooking, you will have a huge repertoire for you to draw from. One of my friends adopted my fast cooking system. He told me that he never cooked the same dish twice. So if you have yet to start your advanced prepping, you should definitely give it a try. It makes a huge difference for me. It makes my home cooking far more fun and enjoyable. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. You can achieve this by using my fast cooking system that makes home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun. And if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.